a lot of good luck to meet the right people at the right time, to be able to accept the knowledge, to be able to integrate. I see myself to be my own strength is integration. Because my mind always connects things, and I think this is very important. So then 2006, it was the device was ready. And I remember that I was sitting at the, how's it called? The Northern Sea in Germany. It's not an ocean, but it's a sea. And I was sitting on an island in the summer, little holiday with my family. And I was watching the waves. And I had in my mind this idea, the question, what will be the name of the device? And suddenly it came from the sea. The name was Time Waver. To wave beyond time, to communicate by waves with frequencies beyond time. And time is the border between 3 dimensions and 5th and 6th dimensions. Remember the 6-dimensional model of Boca time? There's 3 dimensions of space, and the 4th dimension is time, and then there's the 5th and 6th dimensions, which is the information field. So time is in between our world and the other world. So you need to cross time. Crossing time is possible by something which is very quick in time, like frequencies. They are very quick in time. They are like elements of time, like photons. Photons are bundles of frequencies, and they move without time through the universe. So it's something very mystical to deal with time in physics. Was always fascinated by the philosophy of time. And quantum physics is all about understanding time. So the Time Waver was the first device which then became very successful, first in Germany, then in Europe, and then all over the world. Thousands and thousands of people, doctors, therapists, and clinics work with this device, which has medical CE and which is also registered as a medical device in many other places in the world until now. But it's a big device. It's like, it needs a laptop to function. It's a bit same size like a laptop, and it needs also good training to work with it. And it's mainly used by professionals. So the journey is not over. The next most important person I met on this journey was 2010. 3 years after we had Time Waver already distributed. It was a researcher I have mentioned already, a director of many clinics, Nuno Nina from Lisbon. And he was working with frequencies already for years, but he had one problem: how to find the right frequencies for the patient. He was doing it manually because he had the abilities. And he contacted me because he heard from one famous therapist from Norway that we developed a device which could read through the information field which frequencies one needs. So this was a perfect combination. We met in September 2010, and this was, I actually went to Lisbon because in September it's very beautiful there. It's directly at the Atlantic Ocean. So I like to travel there, and we spent a week, and in this week we made the most important decisions of my life. We made the decision to put together all our knowledge, everything which I had developed on the basis of quantum physics, information field technology, Time Waver, and what he had developed, all the therapy protocols, which he has tested with more than 40,000 patients, which come day to day to his clinic with very severe problems. So that time it was a decision of friendship. We didn't talk about business for 2.5 years. I never had such an experience. It was an absolute free exchange of everything what we knew, and we didn't think about making a contract or that at one point it will be a business and one has to talk about money. It was really purely idealistic. I remember 2012 when the device was ready. I was traveling in the Himalaya mountains, 4,000 meter high, and I got a call. Unfortunately, Healy is working out there, a mobile phone is working up there. I got a phone call that the device is ready and we can sell it, and but we need a contract with the developers. We never talked about it. So I phoned Nuno Nina, and after 5 minutes we agreed, and we never talked about it again. So this is something which I very appreciate with the people which I met and who contributed to the path that where we are and to the what we have reached until today, is that most of these people are very idealistic and had a very broad vision, not only of the technology which they have developed or the science they have understood, but how it can benefit the world. So this was 2012. We had the first frequency device ready, which took the frequencies from the information field and directly applied them to the patient through microcurrent, which is modulated through the frequencies. But already in our first meeting in Lisbon, Nuno and me came to the idea and the conclusion that this is not the end, but on the basis of this, we need to develop a small device which everyone can carry along and which is able through the internet to connect to a cloud so that we can supply new frequencies and new frequency protocols to the people wherever they are in a very quick way. So this development took another 7 years. Especially the medical certification was very complex because it's not only certification of the hardware, but the connection to the smartphone connection to the cloud, and the cloud needs to be certified as a medical device. This is a crazy thing to do, but it took us a few years. We got it together, and we even got the FDA approval for this device very recently. You know, the device I'm talking about is the smallest member of our family. It's a Healy. Already the name Healy shows you it's small, it's cozy, it's something very personal, which you like to wear at your body, very close. And the reason why we wear it close to our body, somewhere, normally I put it here. Oops, didn't work. Normally I put it here, somehow close, because if the Healy is close to your body, it goes in resonance with the field of your body, and the resonance with the field of your body is through a quantum sensor, which translates the entropy, which is connected to information, to the information field, to frequencies. So this is something which you find in the back of your Healy. Now I know most people watching now are from the United States. And in the United States, you don't have Healys yet. You will have Healys very soon. The speakers after me will probably tell you when you can order your first Healys. So this is a Healy. It's small, but you only see the tip of the iceberg. I don't know if this is an English word, iceberg or not. The ice mountain. Small part is above the water, but the biggest part is under the water. So you only see the small Healy. The biggest part of the Healy is virtual. It's the medical cloud we are having. It's the hundreds and hundreds of frequencies and 100,000s of frequencies behind, which are supplying the Healy with the with new programs and so on. So this is a small part, and inside the Healy, on the front side, you find the frequency generators, which actually create the physical frequency, which then through electrical current, microcurrent, you can attach to your wrists or to other parts of your body wherever you need them. But on the back side of the Healy, you have the quantum sensor. In my personal Healy, there's a hole inside. I wanted to have it so I can see through it, and I can actually see the quantum sensor. I go very close to the camera. You get an idea there's something. You cannot really see it very well, but there is an electronic part which has an open, no, don't know what's the right name in English, which uses an open quantum process. An open quantum process is a process where the outcome is not determined by the laws of physics, but it happens in a creative quantum event. This is amazing thing about quantum events. They are creative. They are creating new information. And this new information is not coming from the physical parameters of the surrounding, but they are derived from the information field, from the fifth and sixth dimension. So a quantum sensor connects to the fifth and sixth dimension, and we can only indirectly measure the outcome by looking at the entropy of the distributions. And this we translate into frequencies, and this is what is the outcome of the Healy. So in the Healy, when you have a program uploaded on your Healy, you upload it from the smartphone. In the smartphone, you have an app where you choose which program you want to use. For example, in US, the Healy will be, I don't want to talk about this so much. Let's talk about Europe. In Europe, Healy is certified, CE certified as a medical device for pain, but also for many other indications, which I don't want to mention here because it will be different in the US. There we will be focusing on pain as a medical device. But the frequencies can do much more. The Healy shall actually not be a medical device which treats diseases. It's much more important that it gives the right frequencies to balance your bioenergetic field. So we don't make medical claims. We don't have to. The results which people have, the experience which people have with their Healy speak their own language. We don't have to make medical claims. And of course, beyond our FDA approval, which we have, we will not make any medical claims. So the language we are using is that the frequencies from the Healy, they are intended to balance the bioenergetic field, to strengthen the bioenergetic field. And this is most important, especially in our times. If the bioenergetic field is strong, we have a good communication between the different aspects of our physical body, our psyche, our consciousness, the information field, the fields of life behind, and we all can understand what this means. So the language of frequencies, we have a library for, and this library is around 144,000 frequencies from Nununina, which has more than 1,500 categories. And if you upload a frequency program on your Healy, it's up to 400 frequencies in one program. For example, on the Healy, you have a program called Balance. It's meant to balance the bioenergetic field and the bioenergetic field of the organs into your system. So it has 400 frequencies for this purpose. But if you make a session, if you start the Healy, it will only analyze around 3 or 5 or maximum 7 from them, which are important for you on this very moment. So the frequencies will always be different from person to person. After 2 weeks, you do the same program. Again, the frequencies will be different. So it's not possible to have fixed frequencies for fixed indications or situations, but they need to be analyzed always in the moment when you apply them. And this is the very strength of Healy. If you want to put it maybe in one sentence, it's a combination of the frequency technology with 144,000 frequencies, the gold frequencies, together with the quantum sensor, which connects the Healy to the information field. So these two things together are absolutely unique. And then if you connect it to a cloud and make it a global network which exchanges information between therapists and people all over the world, then it's something which can make a real big change on this planet. And this is the vision which we are having since more than 15 years. We would like to see Healy in 100 million families all over this planet. This means 1 billion people will be able to use frequencies, and they will affect the other 7, 8 billion people. So I think this is a great vision.